Welcome back to round number 3 in Imola in this our new F1 career mode. My team, if you didn't see last video in Jeddah, it was a bit of a crazy one. We made contact with Oscar Piastri, losing him the shot of a first win of the season, and we gave ourselves a nasty hit on the wall with Fernando Alonso that caused us to basically come last in the race, but which wasn't very good. It put us outside the points. As you can see on the screen now, we're doing some major facility upgrades to help within. I'm putting the options to be able to do 2 facility upgrades on the engineering side, so that means we can effectively do more development side. I'll show you what I mean in just a moment when we go on to the development stream. Put a research into the beam wing. We might be able to get that done for Imola, but I highly doubt it. But on the development screen, as you can see, the things that are slot locked, I want as many of them as I possibly can, because when it comes to getting regulation changes done, sometimes there's loads, especially our last career save with McCoyers. It was definitely a hard thing to get, and I felt like in season 2 we definitely went backwards instead of forward due to not saving all the parts. And it took us nearly half the season, maybe the whole season, to actually get the regulations for that season done, and then we're moving on again, which was annoying. But of course, that wasn't the reason why we ended that career mode. Research is done on the aerodynamic beam wing, so we're going to get that done straight away. We're going to get that for Canada, which is a lot better than Imola, as Imola realistically has one DRS straight, and the beam wing is going to be a lot better for Canada with multiple amounts of DRS zones. We do have an owner training point to put on the owner, so I'm going to increase the corporate facility income by 10%, which will help us a lot more. But it's race weekend, and we're going to be driving as big old Taylor Barnard. We got him points on his debut. I'm going to try that, do that again. But straight into qualifying here. It's our first run of the short quali, and not a lot of people are on track. I think I was the first one to be in. We've got Max Verstappen ahead of us in the Red Bull, and hopefully he can get out of the way. He's going to get out of the way, but he's going to get straight into front of us. Thanks, Max. I am going to carry the qualifying on. I know we're making mistakes, but it's good to have a time on the board. As we set a purple first sector, but I think we'll do first car on track. But because of that front wing damage, we're going to slide, and that's going to be the end of the first run as he gets out of the way for Fernando Alonso. Our second run, at the end of our second run in short qualifying, we had time to do 3 runs, so I took the opportunity to do 3. So the end of this, we got PB for all 1 and 2, and that's going to put us a P13. And I was quite bummed about that, but when I saw Charles Leclerc up there, I was just like, okay, it's not too bad. But our third and final run in qualifying, we got the lowest amount of fuel possible. I tried to waste the majority of it. Half the grid is behind us, but we're going to go down into turn number 1, and I know exactly where I need to improve it. Turn number 1 is that section, and we need to improve at the exit of the hairpin and going into the chicane in sector 3. But it definitely felt there was a lot more grip on the cars. So you can see with 6, 7, 8 tenths up. We didn't get a good exit in the hairpin, but we got good exit speed out of the left and right hander. But the car felt amazing. The car felt really, really good. It felt responsive. But this is where we need to improve. Braking a lot earlier, as we were braking a lot. Braking a lot later, as we were braking earlier beforehand, and getting a good bounce off both of the sausage curves. Braking a lot later there, a little bit too late. We do cut the corner a little bit, but nothing to come of it. And as you can see, when you put the effort in and the consistency, 1.8 seconds above the delta, and that's going to put us P3. P3, that is amazing. That is amazing. Um,
With qualifying complete, all that
didn't think we were
remains
going to get
now is the
P3,
main event. We'll
but
be
I
live and
thought,
uninterrupted for the Grand
how's my
Prix
teammate done?
tomorrow,
Oh,
so
Southerner,
make sure you join us
P13,
then.
and our one was in on the final lap, so he's P20. Well, let's go to the grid, and hopefully there's some penalties. See you on the grid.
Welcome to Imola, the spiritual home of Ferrari. But you don't need me to tell you that. Just look at the red-clad Tifosi in the grandstands. They're ready. Are you ready? For the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. 3.1 miles of track at Imola featuring 19 turns, 9 to the right and 10 to the left. Remember that Imola differs from most other Formula One tracks as it's taken anti-clockwise. Let's hope nobody forgets that today. The exit from turn 18 will probably be the setup for many of today's overtakes, leading as it does into the longest straight on the circuit and its only DRS zone. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Barnard, Hamilton, George Russell, and Piastri, Antonelli, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, and Franco Colapinto, Behrman, Hulkenberg, Zach O'Sullivan, and Sonoda, Ocon, Bortoletto, Isaac Hadjar, and Pierre Gasly, Stroll, Albon, Sainz, and Liam Lawson rounds off the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Here we go then, the formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm. That may or may not play into some of the team's hands in today's race. We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
As you can see, the strategies are there with the medium hard. We are doing that compound. But yeah, starting P3, a little bit nervous. The nerves are setting in. We've got Lando Norris, Max Verstappen, Hamilton, both Mercedes, and Oscar behind us. Very quick cars behind us. So I just want points. I just want points. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in Imola, and it's going to be lights out, and away we go. Lando Norris gets an excellent extra time, even better. Oscar Piastri behind us gets an even better, but he has to slot back in as Leclerc and Antonelli. Russell boxes him in, but he looks like he's managed to get past Antonelli and Leclerc going too wide through the left and right hander. We're going to make a move on Max Verstappen. We make that move stick, and what a launch. He got a launch, but he wanted a challenge for a move into turn number 1, but was unable to, so we're obviously going to set off sides. On the lead of the race, Lando Norris. And that McLaren is quick, but we've seen, obviously, there is flaws in their car. Of course, I don't think they have a lot of race pace in their car. And sometimes the strategy that they pull off is a little bit dodgy. But yeah, just this first lap now, just easing in. As you can see, we definitely have better. I don't know if it was me or the car. It was definitely me. I definitely have better tyre saving than I did in my last career mode, as I was just easing the car and I managed to get 2 seconds flat out, and now we're tyre saving massively. These are mediums in Imola, fast corners. That's going to make your brakes, tyre compound hot as anything. You want to make sure you can get these mediums deep, like to your next pit stop or even to the end of the race. As you do let Lewis Hamilton through, he is the quicker car. As you can see, passes back the race. I think when I was doing the front, who the driver in front is and who the driver behind it, Lewis Hamilton was half a second quicker than me. um, and 3 attempts quicker than Lando. So yeah, lap number 4 we are boxing lap 10, and so that average tyre wear isn't too bad. It could be a lot worse, but it isn't too bad. Lap number 4 now, Kimi Antonelli was in the pits from lap 3 to 4, and here is the reason why. Going into the chicane, he looks for a move and clips Leclerc's back end, and unfortunately that costs him an early pit stop, and he has to take them tyres all the way to the end of the race. My engineer comes on the screen and asks if we want to box lap number 8 or stick with 10. I'm going to stick with 10, as Imola there's rarely a safety car, so there's no point trying to come in to try and jump people in that sense. So I'm just going to stick with 10, just tyre saving through kind of this section now. As you can see, I'm not on the power straight away, risking sliding, and as you can see, lap number 9, George Russell is on the back first, but can't make a move because we're making our car wide as possible, so none of them can get through. And to be fair, our exit and entrance features for these corners are on the verge of track limits. I have been practicing Imola for a 50 a long race which was streamed, so I did have a bit of practice on that stream, so that is why I'm a little bit quicker than some of these guys. But Kimi Antonelli slow in the second sector, and he's out as we go wide. I was looking at what he was going to do, and I did look at the pits, because normally safety cars come in about 5 seconds after the driver has DNF. So I was playing the pit window, because if the safety car came out, I was boxing, and it's going to be squeezed, and George Russell moves under braking, and we have a front wing damage, and it's a virtual safety car, and it is out. You can see this is what happened to Kimi Antonelli. Can't really hear anything. There's no smoke, so it could be. I ain't got a clue. Normally there's loads of smoke. That's for some reason stopped in this career save. Who knows? But we resume racing, and we are in at this lap. At end of this lap. There, voice correct. We are at the end of this lap, and we do get a better jump on Lewis Hamilton under the safety car, and you can see tyres are well off, but luckily we are boxing this lap. But that jump on Lewis, I know we're 8 seconds behind him, he's ahead of me, but that was nearly a second jump. But we are in this lap, and I do expect the rest of the grid to follow. Did Max just jump Russell before the pits? I don't know, but one only pit stop this race. We are going to replace that front wing, so it is going to put us behind a little bit of the pack. Right, let's go. Come on. And I keep having that glitch where it doesn't start. I don't rev it, and when it gets to 6, I start revving the engine, and I can see the green light underneath. I don't understand. I don't understand, but the second batch of people are in the pit lane, and there's a safety car, as we see a McLaren front wing just going left to right of our screen, and Oscar Piastri with a 10-second time penalty. And here it is. Oh, squeeze, because Alonso was exiting the pits, and he lost his whole front wing. I don't know how that's his fault for the 10 seconds. I don't understand. But he has boxed. He's at the back of the grid, as you can see at the bottom left of your screen. But yeah, safety car in this lap. Hamilton leading the pack. And I get a bad exit in the corner. But the good thing about safety car restarts on the F1 game, that the AI aren't meant to be the best at them. because they keep consistently with each other. But I do wish in the F1 27 game, as we do look at a move on George Russell into turn number 1, he did move for some reason, and we slot in behind him and take 2 positions in the first 25% of the restart. That's the one thing I want in the F1 27 game, is one, restarts happen randomly. You don't know when it's going to happen if you're not the leader. So like Max Verstappen normally starts his, as we saw last year, he started it going into the second last corner. Or some of them start them going into the final corner. But I want to see that in the F1 27 game. And also, drivers, when you're making it move, their collision, they move as well. Like you're sending them in an online race. They should stick where it is, because it should be my driver error that I'm getting the front wing damage for making a move that shouldn't even happen. But yeah, we shall see. I'm hoping good things, but I'm also very excited for the add-on, which I hope it's not a lot of money, because we've already got the base game. All we're asking is for the cars, the drivers. It'd be something similar to the F1 2016 game, where I think when you can switch. But yeah, again, if no one likes the cars, I think it's a good idea that they've come up with, because if the game is rubbish in terms of how the cars are, that shows they can progress further into the race, and further into the F1 27 game. But just getting the driver in front information, Max was 2 tenths quicker than me that lap, but he is close to Lando Norris in the McLaren as we go on to as we're on the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. And I'll tell you one thing, I don't think we're going to get a podium unless something crazy happens, as we are losing a lot of grip on these hard tyres now. As you can see, yeah, 4 seconds, we lost a lot of time. But Lewis Hamilton is going to get his first win for Ferrari in their hometown. It was Max in Australia, it's Lando in Saudi, it's Lewis Hamilton that wins his first ever F1 race in Ferrari. We get a massive snap on the gravel. It's going to be Leclerc. No, we hang on to P4 by 7th. By 17 hundredths.
The checkered flag is out for our winner.
Wow.
Lewis Hamilton.
To do it as a team on home soil, that really means something special, and you can see how much it means to them, the drivers involved as well. Great job by them today, of course, as always, but for the fans watching on too, a great display of teamwork here today.
It's what they've all been racing towards, waiting for them. High above the pit lane is our podium. And for the lucky 3, it's time to stand on it. And back on the top spots that he's taken so often in the past. So well done to Lewis Hamilton.
Well-deserved win for Lewis for his first win in red. But there is the winners, and it's kind of funny. Max wins the first, so he's in third. Lando just recently won, so he's in second. Lewis now wins, so he's on the top step. I think that's quite a cool little sentiment there.
Well, that was
3 different winners this season. Very interesting stuff. But yeah, Zach O'Sullivan in the same place. Gasly moved up 9 positions, which is crazy for an AI to do. But of course, we've got 30 seconds left, so I'm going to let you look at the standings while I say the Bible verse of the video. 2 Timothy 1:7, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and the race itself. And I'll catch you guys in Canada, where anything can happen at this point in this series. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you in Canada. God bless and peace.